Alright, let's talk about Jasmine Paolini's situation because this isn't just another injury update, it's a window into the brutal reality of professional tennis. Imagine being one of the top players in the world, then suddenly, your body starts betraying you mid-season. That's where Paolini is right now. She just pulled out of Cincinnati, the same tournament where she made a deep run last year, and now everyone's asking, is this the end of her momentum? But wait, let me tell you why I think this might actually be a smart, even necessary, move for her career. First off, let's break down the facts quickly because honestly, the numbers here are kind of staggering. Paolini's had a rough 2026, 16 wins out of 29 matches. That's a winning rate that's barely above 50%. And the foot injury? That's not just a minor setback, it's the kind of thing that can derail a season, or worse, a career. But here's what caught my attention, she's prioritizing the US Open over Cincinnati. On paper, that seems risky. Dropping out of Cincinnati means she'll lose ranking points, plummeting to her lowest position in 2 years. But from my perspective, this is less about Cincinnati and more about survival mode. Let's unpack the bigger picture here. Tennis players aren't just athletes, they're short-term contractors in a gig economy. Every tournament is a paycheck, every match a contract negotiation. But when you're injured, you're basically choosing between short-term gains and long-term survival. What many people don't realize is how the ranking system punishes players for taking breaks. Paolini's drop from number 15 to number 20 isn't just a statistic, it's a warning label for the entire sport. She's sacrificing points now to avoid a total collapse later, which makes me wonder, is the WTA doing enough to protect its stars from this burnout cycle? Now, here's the twist I find fascinating. Paolini's statement about focusing on the US Open isn't just about fitness, it's a psychological reset. Think about it, she's coming off a Wimbledon quarterfinal but hasn't played since. That's like a musician hitting a high note then disappearing before the encore. By skipping Cincinnati, she's betting everything on Flushing Meadows. In my opinion, this is either a masterstroke or a desperate gamble. If she bombs in New York, the narrative becomes declining star. But if she pulls through, suddenly, she's the gritty underdog who prioritizes health over hype. But wait, let's zoom out even further. Paolini's not alone here. Raducanu, Baptiste, and Bocco are also sitting out Cincinnati. This isn't a coincidence. It's a pattern. The women's tour is dealing with an injury epidemic right now, and I can't help but wonder if the packed schedule is to blame. The WTA's calendar isn't just demanding, it's borderline abusive. Players are expected to play 25+ tournaments a year while maintaining peak physicality. That's like asking a car to run at top speed without ever stopping for maintenance. One thing that immediately stands out is how this reflects on the sport's sustainability. Paolini's decision isn't just about her career, it's a microcosm of a larger crisis. The ranking system, the prize-money distribution, the physical toll, it's all interconnected. And here's the uncomfortable truth, fans often forget these players are human. We cheer for them to fight through pain, but when they finally break down, we act surprised. What this really suggests is that tennis needs to reevaluate how it treats its athletes, not just as entertainers, but as people. So here's my final thought, Paolini's absence from Cincinnati might seem like a loss for the tournament, but in the grand scheme of her career, it could be the moment that defines her legacy. Will she bounce back at the US Open? Maybe. But more importantly, is the tennis world finally paying attention to the unsustainable pressures on its stars? That's the real match we should be watching. What's your take? Do you agree she made the right call, or do you think she's risking too much? Let me know in the comments because I feel like this is just the tip of the iceberg for women's tennis.